Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Compassion, in which all ethics must take root, can only attain its full breadth and depth if it embraces all living creatures and does not limit itself to mankind. The first step in the evolution of ethics is a sense of solidarity with other human beings. Happiness is nothing more than good health and a bad memory. Constant kindness can accomplish much. As the sun makes ice melt, kindness causes misunderstanding, mistrust, and hostility to evaporate. Sometimes our light goes out but is blown into flame by another human being. Each of us owes deepest thanks to those who have rekindled this light. Think occasionally of the suffering of which you spare yourself the sight. Man has lost the capacity to foresee and to forestall. He will end by destroying the earth. My life is my argument. The African is my brother, but he is my younger brother by several centuries. A man is ethical only when life, as such, is sacred to him, that of plants and animals as that of his fellow men, and when he devotes himself helpfully to all life that is in need of help. A man can do only what he can do. But if he does that each day, he can sleep at night and do it again the next day. The true worth of a man is not to be found in man himself, but in the colors and textures that come alive in others. Just as the wave cannot exist for itself, but is ever a part of the heaving surface of the ocean, so must I never live my life for itself, but always in the experience which is going on around me. Seek always to do some good, somewhere. Every man has to seek in his own way to realize his true worth. You must give some time to your fellow man. For remember, you don't live in a world all your own. Your brothers are here too. One thing I know. The only ones among you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve. Man is a clever animal who behaves like an imbecile. The great secret of success is to go through life as a man who never gets used up. Anyone who proposes to do good must not expect people to roll stones out of his way, but must accept his lot calmly, even if they roll a few stones upon it. Serious illness doesn't bother me for long because I am too inhospitable a host. In everyone's life, at some time, our inner fire goes out. It is then burst into flame by an encounter with another human being. We should all be thankful for those people who rekindle the inner spirit. At times our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. Do something wonderful, people may imitate it. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. One who gains strength by overcoming obstacles possesses the only strength which can overcome adversity. An optimist is a person who sees a green light everywhere, while a pessimist sees only the red stoplight. The truly wise person is colorblind. Until he extends his circle of compassion to include all living things, man will not himself find peace. Never say there is nothing beautiful in the world anymore. There is always something to make you wonder in the shape of a tree, the trembling of a leaf. Life becomes harder for us when we live for others, but it also becomes richer and happier. Man can hardly even recognize the devils of his own creation. truth has no special time of its own. Its hour is now, always. Everything deep is also simple and can be reproduced simply as long as its reference to the whole truth is maintained. But what matters is not what is witty but what is true. The highest proof of the Spirit is love. Love the eternal thing which can already on earth possess as it really is. I can do no other than be reverent before everything that is called life. I can do no other than to have compassion for all that is called life. That is the beginning and the foundation of all ethics. A man is truly ethical only when he obeys the compulsion to help all life which he is able to assist, and shrinks from injuring anything that lives. One truth stands firm. All that happens in world history rests on something spiritual. If the spiritual is strong, it creates world history. If it is weak, it suffers world history. I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I know: the only ones among you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve. The purpose of human life is to serve, and to show compassion and the will to help others. I wanted to be a doctor that I might be able to work without having to talk, because for years I had been giving myself out in words.